Alright guys, just saying, right after I got done filming the video about the Braid versus Monofilament, there's a tornado coming right there. This is the 5th one of the year already. It's coming like an everyday thing. What, we had 3 yesterday? Or no, 3 tornado warnings Monday, and now we're in another one today, 2 days later, because today's Wednesday. So that's nice. I got the last one Monday on video, so I'll try to get this one on the GoPro. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of RedBite&Blue Outdoors. Today we're going over Braid versus Monofilament. Now these are the 2 lines that you would use for topwater, or these are the main 2 lines I looked at when I first started getting into bass fishing, was either Braid or Monofilament. Now when I grew up fishing for bluegill and crappie, and before I got into bass fishing mainly, all I used was, Berkeley trilene 10-pound. This is 17 because I use it for topwater now, but 10-pound monofilament, and that's all I ever knew. I thought that was the only line out there. But when I started getting into bass fishing, good hands, I switched over to Braid. I used 50-pound Braid when I first bought my first bait casting combo. And I learned a lot with Braid and being able to throw all the types of baits, because I started out in ponds, so all I had to fish was murky water, so it didn't matter. But getting into more of it, I started off with spider wire, but further since then I've used Suffix 832, I think it's called, Power Pro, the Super 8 Slick Power Pro. I've used Berkeley, Braid. There's one other brand I've used, but so far, just the normal, I think this is the Spectra Power Pro normal $15 Braid. This is the best stuff there is. Now, little tip for you guys, don't buy your any kind of line, Braid, monofilament, fluorocarbon, anything, buy it at Academy. Everything is cheaper there. All the lines cheaper there. I went and I just bought, that big order from Tackle Warehouse, over $300, and I'm going to have that not a giveaway. I do need to make an update on the giveaway that I'm doing right now. But, however, I will be having an unboxing video coming out pretty soon. I think it will be here Friday, so I'll have that coming out next week. But I went to Tackle Warehouse and I was going through, and for 25-pound fluorocarbon, the Seaguar and Vizex, it's $40 for a 200-yard spool. But if you go to Academy, it's $20. So it's half off, and Braid is $10 less, Monofilament's $5 less. Everything is cheaper at Academy. So that is the one place that I buy all my line. That's the only place I buy line and all that. Getting back into monofilament versus Braid now. Monofilament, it has stretch, it floats. Both of these lines will float. So if you imagine one of those little circle graphs with, the 2 that you used to make as kids in elementary school, in the middle, these things would both have float in the middle as the same thing. They both float. Now, Braid, no stretch. Monofilament has stretch. And the types of baits that I would throw on these is topwater, is what the discussion between these 2, which one's better for topwater with these. Now for frogs, punching, and all that, for your high vegetation and like grass and stuff, Braid's the way to go, because it has 0 stretch. You can make long casts with it. It's a lot thinner, so it can get through that vegetation and cuts through it. And that no stretch really helps if you're fishing in thick vegetation, so you can really crank the hooks into them. But if you're fishing more open water and you're fishing like spooks, poppers, stuff like that, buzz baits, I go with monofilament because it has a little stretch, so you can really get those treble hooks, have a little play in the line, and dig those treble hooks into it. And that way you get a better hookup ratio, and it's clear so the fish can't see it, and the sun decides to come out right in the middle of the video, so I don't know if I'm going to be bright or not. Hopefully not. But for 300 yards of both of these, of course, monofilament is cheaper, but I think this was $7 for 300 yards, but this was $20. But just a quick tip, whenever you are using braid, make sure you have a backing. If you guys want a video about how to spool up braid or monofilament or anything on a bait caster, comment that down below and I'll make a video about it. But I always use monofilament as a backing for my braid, so I don't use as much braid. Or another tip, if you're going to use straight braid, you can like reel it on just like you normally would spool it up, and then whenever you're done with it, you just put it on, like put one reel here and your other reel here, and just spool it back onto the other reel, because then you'll have all the used stuff that you've used on the bottom of that spool, and all the new stuff that's normally on the bottom, it's on the top now, so you have like brand new braid. So that's just a quick way to save some money with it. So all in all, these two lines have their own strengths and weaknesses, but if you were just starting off and you need to buy one line for everything, I would go with monofilament. If you're starting out fishing and you're wanting to get into bass fishing and try to make your way up the line, monofilament's the way to go. I would go with 14 pound to 17 pound to start off, because it's not too wiry and you can manage it and all that. But braid, it's a super good line. If you guys start out with this, make sure you use a Palomar knot. Don't use a uni knot or anything like that. Well, I don't know if it's the trilene knot, that's what it's called, not the uni knot. The trilene knot, make sure it doesn't have any twists, because with the braid, if your knot has twists, is whenever you set the hook, it's just going to come undone. So that's the video for today, guys. You're gonna braid versus monofilament. You're starting out, go with monofilament. If you're fishing vegetation and you're fishing a ton, go with braid. So they both have their own categories, but all in all, both great lines. These are the two brands that I recommend, or I recommend, what is it called? Suffix, I think? No, Strin monofilament is probably the best you can get. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit the little bell notification over here right beside the subscribe button, so you don't miss any of the videos and you'll get a notification every time I post something. So thanks for watching, guys. I will catch y'all in the next one.